LEGO Ninjago has been doing pretty good lately and has had a lot of hype around it, so I wonder how the LEGO community is taking this hype. Oh no, no, not Ninjago 2. No. LEGO scalping, LEGO reselling, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter to anyone other than LEGO scalpers who get very angry if you call them scalpers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me fill you in real quick. There is an epidemic in LEGO where usually grown adults will take these new LEGO sets, or old LEGO sets most of the time, and jack up the price to insane, preposterous levels to try to squeeze as much money out of it as you possibly can.
But today I wanted to reflect on all the positives of scalping in the LEGO community, especially within the LEGO Star Wars community.
And this has been an issue for a long time. However, it was mostly contained to Star Wars and a little bit of Marvel with minifigures like Deadpool and Doctor Doom and stuff like that. Like, it was mostly relegated to those characters. But in Star Wars has been a rampant issue for a long time, and we'll get to that. But recently it started expanding to other scenes, and it's gotten a little out of hand. The big theme is Ninjago, which has gotten a lot of hype even outside of the LEGO community. Honestly, this might be the most hype that's been around Ninjago since the redesigns. So, actually, probably since before the redesigns even. Ninjago is so back, and with the 15th anniversary for Ninjago here and the legacy sets being a slam dunk, well, except for that one set that we don't talk about, Ninjago fans have been absolutely eating it up, and there's a lot of new people coming into LEGO and Ninjago who want to pick up some of these old sets, or maybe missing pieces and minifigures from their own old sets and want to complete them. And these slimy little grease balls saw an opportunity and decided to jack up the price of literally everything, making most old Ninjago stuff unobtainable overnight. Legitimately, unobtainable overnight. The big culprit for this, and the one that everyone's been talking about recently as being completely unacceptable, is Lloyd DX. Lloyd DX is a minifigure of Lloyd who, was introduced in Season 1 of Ninjago, recreating an outfit from the pilot seasons that he never wore, but, it's to complete the whole ninja lineup. They gave an old non-canon suit to Lloyd, which is pretty cool. It only released in this weird cube thing with, like, Superboy and this guy from Shima also included, which was a interesting little promo, but I mean, it was a cool little set. It didn't sell that many units, I don't think it was mass distributed either, so it was already kind of expensive at like $200, $200 to $400 usually is what I've heard it used to be. So, and it was already one of the most expensive LEGO Ninjago minifigures before this, but now it is sitting at around $2,000 just for this one LEGO minifigure. For no other reason than Ninjago hype is pretty high right now and people are scrambling to milk people who don't know any better's while it's dry. I mean, some of this has to be troll, because I genuinely don't know who is buying a $2,000 Lloyd DX minifigure. But it is not just contained to Lloyd DX, literally any minifigure you can think of from Ninjago, the price has just skyrocketed. Minifigures like NRG-J are going for upwards of $700 to $1,500. Stone Armor Kai, which is a minifigure which I don't believe was that expensive 6 months ago, is now going for $300 to $700 on Bricklink right now, which is kind of absurd. Airjitsu Nia, which is a minifigure I actually remember being around like $50, which is already kind of expensive, but like upper echelon $50 like 6 months ago, is now going for anywhere from $150 to $400 for Airjitsu Nia. JDX, which isn't even a special or interesting minifigure, it's just the first suit of J that came in a few of the first Ninjago sets, is now going anywhere from $200 to $300. These are all used, by the way. These aren't new minifigures. These are used and sometimes damaged or cracked minifigures, going for over $200. I could barely find new listings for any of these minifigures. It's that bad right now. And don't get me started on, like, Akita or Lloyd Possessed. Like, these minifigures are just absurdly expensive now. And these are just minifigures. These aren't even full sets. Don't even get me started on full sets, okay? Jace Lightning Dragon, I'm looking at you. What happened? What went wrong in the past 6 months? Hell, even new sets have been getting scalped to high hell, with the anniversary display being sold out genuinely everywhere and being, like, impossible for some people to get their hands on. Which, I mean, it is mostly due to high demand of the set. I will caveat there that there is a lot of people just buying the set for completely normal means just to have it, and because of that, it is sold out in a lot of places. But there are some scalpers that are eating the set up to resell it later, or resell it at a significant markup, or even a not so significant markup, like $10 to $20 more expensive, just so they can get a little bit of extra money from someone who might not be able to find the set, but also isn't opposed to spending a little bit of extra money to get the set that they can't find anywhere. It's real scummy behavior. This stuff also happened with the 501st Battle Pack, which, weirdly enough, like, the 501st Battle Pack and the Ninjago Anniversary display are like two sides of the same coin. In theory, they're completely different sets that shouldn't really have anything to do with each other, but in reality, they're both sets that were highly anticipated by their fandoms and sold out pretty instantly and are now extremely hard to find in the wild. If you aren't aware of the 501st Battle Pack pandemic of 2020, let me take you back. Basically, this guy, M&R, stole credit for a set that was being petitioned to be made. That is a joke, by the way. Please don't block me again, M&R. I can't deal with it. But basically, this set was very highly anticipated by a lot of people. It was campaigned and petitioned for so many years, and LEGO finally made the 501st Battle Pack, which caused people to lose their minds and buy it in bulk.
And today, you know what we're doing. You saw the title. Today we're going to be reviewing the 501st Legion Clone Troopers set.
God, my videos were absolutely terrible back in 2020. But I still all the time, so I guess not much is really changed after all. I still remember pictures of people buying, like, actually hundreds of the set to resell at a markup. There was a period of time where you genuinely couldn't find a set for below $80 when it came out. Like, it just wasn't possible. The set was completely gone, and the only way to find it was to, like, be there either the millisecond it came out, which, I mean, it wasn't really a viable way because you're fighting with bots at that point who were specifically programmed to buy out as many of the set as possible. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might just be telling fibs here, I truly do not know, but I'm pretty sure the 501st Battle Pack is actually the reason there is now a buy limit on LEGO's website. Beforehand, I don't believe there was a limit. Either that or the limit was a lot higher, so people would actually just buy as many as they physically could, spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on LEGO 501st Battle Packs. I think there was one guy who actually spent like 20 grand on 501st Battle Packs. Like, it was absurd. But I guess that just goes to show that time is just an Ouroboros and everything in history is always just repeating itself over and over again. However, there is nothing more hilarious than these resellers getting completely destroyed by the company that they're scalping. LEGO has been known to dilly-dally like this and make resellers' days ruined. The Captain Rex's Y-Wing Microfighter is a classic example of this. That was a set that included a Captain Rex minifigure, one of the most popular clone troopers, that was originally exclusive to the $600 vendor, I believe. It was $600. And people would scalp and resell that minifigure for absurd, insane prices that were just unreasonable for anyone to be able to have. So when this minifigure just popped up in a microfighter for 15 smackaroos, the resellers lost their minds. This spawned the classic financial crisis of 2008 meme, which came from a reseller just crassing out and throwing a pity party on the world's smallest violin about how his financials were ruined now because he can't scalp the Captain Rex minifigure. Something similar actually just happened this year with the Sauron minifigure, which was exclusive to the $400 Barad-dûr set, which was the only way to get that minifigure, but it just recently came out in the Sauron helmet display, which is $70, I believe, which is a lot better. It's not as epic of a own as the Venator, which was a $600 set with the exclusive minifigure that everyone was scalping being released in the $15 set, but it was still enough to get resellers coping and like hyper analyzing the torso print to maybe see if there was a slight minute difference so they could still get their money's worth on Barad-dûr or Sauron. It's kind of pathetic but also hilarious. But at least it isn't as bad as Pokemon, where Pokemon fans are like beating each other up in stores and like fighting each other and like pulling guns on each other to like scalp the very last Pokemon card. I truly don't understand that, but it is truly mania happening with Pokemon resellers. You got whatnot sellers like crashing out and losing their minds and destroying their setups because people aren't paying over $1 for their crappy Pokemon cards. This isn't a video on Pokemon, or is it? Because LEGO just dropped their Smart Brick Pokemon sets, and you know that scalpers are gonna get their hands on those and are going to buy as many as they possibly can. This is like a fusion dance of the worst offenders for scalping and reselling. LEGO fans and Pokemon fans coming together to make LEGO Pokemon just inaccessible for everybody. However, it is rumored that most of the summer wave for Pokemon is Smart Brick sets, so maybe that'll actually counteract it, because not even scalpers want Smart Brick sets, man. Like, it might actually solve the scalper mania. But that's all I really wanted to talk about for this video. It is a topic that I've been seeing thrown around a lot lately, and I find it kind of hilarious, but also really sad at the same time, because you just want to get into your Ninjago, you just want to get into your stuff, but like scalpers, they ruin it for everybody. They are truly the world's biggest greaseballs, like, on the planet. So, yeah, that's about it for this video. That's all I really wanted to say. I'm sorry I didn't upload for like 2 months. I was making a video on Ninjago as like a big retrospective of the series, but LEGO said, no, you aren't using any footage anymore, and they got rid of like half my video catalog, which is just great. Thank you, LEGO. That was awesome. I don't know what I did. I think I might have accidentally pissed off someone working at LEGO's copyright office. I don't know if I actually did or not, so I don't get sued, but like, I might have actually made someone mad over there, so please, no hard feelings. Okay, I'll leave the video. Okay, I spent like 2 months on that video, I'm sorry, but like, I'll leave it. Please, don't hurt me. But yeah, that's about it. See ya. I don't know why I did a voice critical outro there. I have never done that, ever. That's the first time I've ever done that. Why? Why? Why did that happen?